Hello, it's me again. Today I'm going over a game where I started off with a lot of tempo, but not a lot of resources, and so I have to claw my way back into the game. I am using a proper video editing software now, so this should be better. Right. I kind of bias towards... Oh, the training specialist is good. Aerial's also... I might do something a bit suboptimal. It works out, I can just buy crawlers now. A bit of a note here, I'm lining up threats, counters against threats. The Sabertooths I'm lining up with the Arclight. Arclights don't do much damage to a Sabertooth, so even though the Sabertooth's not immediately locking, it does a lot. The Arclights I'm setting up to deal with the crawlers, and the crawlers I've set up to deal with the steel balls here. That's good enough, I think. You will notice that Sabertooth is much slower at getting to the supply towers. This is a bit of a downside of Sabertooth versus Steel Ball, but it's still very good in the following rounds, so I rate it pretty highly still. It's kind of bad that I didn't get any supply ships. I don't have any money here, so I have to choose wisely. I think Haste Module is good. Raiden and the Mustang are good, same with the Sandworm. Scorpion's also good. Raiden is the best out of these. Generally, although Mustang would win mostly the hardest, I would say. I'm gonna need either Raiden or Mustang because of the Phantom Race. I think it's... it's Mustang. I needed the beacon if I can get it. I should get one of the supply towers. Or not. Oh well, at least have strong Mustangs. This is pretty bad. I can't afford. I can't afford anything. Melting Point, Raiden. It has to be. Actually, even Void Eyes get here. What do they have? Void Eyes is actually really good. Melting Point's bad into all of that. Sandworm's good into this current wave. The Void Eye is good, it's just not good into this current wave. Well, it could be if I get range. Just a Melting Point. And then one Mustang. Promote. Hopefully this is enough. It's not easy. At least the boss gave me some resources, because otherwise I was kind of starved. Crude Sledgehammer. Anyone look like they're going War Factory? This guy looks like they might. It's unlikely though. Rhinos. Fortress is the best here, I think. I'll move it over to the left side at some point. But I can use it to take on this wave. Need some crawlers to help with defend my Mustangs. Move speed, how much damage, I think. Oh, Just upgrade, I guess. That might be better. Yeah, this is working better. I could put portable shield on my fortress. It doesn't seem good this turn. These other skills are not important right now. It's Rhino. So I think range is good. Promote my Mustangs, and what do we have? I'll need chaff clear at some point soon. I kind of hope for a redeploy, another redeploy at some point. My board's very botched. A lot of resources. The fortress did the worm counter like I was expecting. He picked up the range tower bonus. I mean, it's not bad, I would say, but this is the redeploy I want. But it's also with laser sight. The laser sight be kind of nice here too. It feels bad. I think it's redeploy. And this also feels bad because the Stormcallers are good for me too. But the Vulcans are super good. There's so many Mustangs. I'll do Vulcan. I don't need the Sabertooth. I think I should upgrade the Fortress and my melting points. Can move my Mustangs back a bit more. Upgrade those. I think I just need more like chaff here. And the last Vulcan, I'll move it to the back at some point. But no, that's bad on the side. I mean, maybe not too bad. Have money that I floated from last round as well, so this should be fairly easy. Heavy armor is good. The mountain's actually really nice. So it's a Scorpion. I don't need the Marksman. I probably don't need the mountain for the worms. Or for the melting points. It will get locked onto, I think. Or it will lock onto one of the big units and not do much. Now that I think of it. Vulcan. Incendiary bomb's actually pretty good for this wave. I don't need 3 rhinos anymore. I think EMP barrage is good. Acid attack's also good here, so I'll take that. And I think it's just as much money as I can get rid of right now. Yeah, thankfully I'm not very vulnerable to flanks. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to win like that, but um, yeah. Uh, how do I go over this? The fortress. I moved to the left side because all of this is countered by the fortress except for the phoenixes. Um, the steel balls are never going to be able to lock. The rhino is going to get killed by the fortress. It pretty much tanked all of this backline and dealt with the sandworm that came over. Well, between that and the melting point. The melting points I was upgrading because the giants were being upgraded. Even though melting points have exponential damage and kill anything regardless of the level of the melting point, there's different. It's the speed at which they kill them that increases when you upgrade the melting point. I thought that was important for this match. So I was seeing these melting points on the side that were leveling and these sandworms that were leveling. Especially with the heavy armor coming through, it's good that I had leveled them. The scorpions, everyone's ground board mostly. Whenever everyone's ground board, scorpions are good. The only error board stuff was the phoenixes. Those phoenixes, they would become a problem eventually. I didn't have anything set up for them. It probably wouldn't have been that much of a problem long term because Raiden was still available and I could just go into more Mustangs or I could upgrade my fangs. As soon as I put portable shield, the phoenixes already lose, so there were a lot of Mustangs. My fangs weren't as good this game, I think. But thankfully the left side didn't pick up melting point, so I could use my fortress on them. These falcons, again, I had to pick them up over strong colors. Maybe strong colors would have also been good when the Vulcan came down. I thought I needed really heavy draft clear to get rid of the Mustangs. And it looks like it paid off a bit. This guy got missile interceptor for some reason. Even though yeah, there's no missiles on the board, so I'm surprised at that. These Vulcans won me the side. I don't think I would have won this side without the Vulcans. I was trying to solve things as fast as possible. Early rounds didn't let me solve. I needed the power even just to get through the early rounds. I'm kind of well, I'm not that surprised that I wasn't getting any supply ships. Both sides managed to pick up steel balls. Sometimes I think there was a bit of an unlucky situation where there were open lines on both sides as well, where the AI was asymmetrical. So I was also losing supply ships that way. it may have been a mistake picking up this Mustang early on. Oh, it did a lot this game, I think, so it's hard to really trash talk it. The Brayden, I suspected that all players would be picking up Mustangs, and the Raiden I don't think was that nice into it. This guy picking up Phoenix into this board, into this whole board, I don't think was a good idea. So this guy is going Fangs. This guy has Mustangs. I had high level Mustangs as well. It seems bad. It seems just bad. My original reason for picking up the fortress was I saw the sandworms. He had his sandworms were level 3 when I picked them up. Oh no, level 2, rank 2 when I picked it up. And I started off with a rank 3 fortress. So I outleveled his sandworms with my fortress. I mean, I even outleveled them with the melting points, so it kind of was doomed. This guy's choices didn't really help him. I'm also curious why this guy picked up EMP on multiple units. The melting point EMP is ground targeted, so it's not completely redundant, but there's nothing really in the air to EMP. It doesn't seem that good. And yeah, there's complete waste on picking up missile interceptor. Maybe he was scared of me going incendiary bomb. In that case, it makes sense. I guess it stops the melting point bomb, but I wasn't really using it for his side. And the problem is when the Mustangs intercept, they lose their damage. So this still gives me a lot of value. The bomb goes off, the barrage goes off, all the Mustangs stop shooting, mine are still shooting. Yeah, it doesn't seem that good. If you're wondering, well, I think I explained this, but if you're wondering why I bought the crawlers, it was to match with the Mustangs. I needed some way to prevent the Mustangs from being exposed on the first contact. Having the crawlers ahead means that for some reason, if it immediately engaged on the opponents, the Mustangs won't be the first thing hit. I think I could have put more crawlers on the back as well of it, just in case there's multiple engagements. I use a I was using a variable speed, well, mostly slow comp, but I had a lot of power in the fast units here. And since it was variable speed, having additional crawlers again would help. Light crawlers. Um, I was missing maybe a little bit more chaff in the center here, fang chaff. I'd probably put it next to the tower here. Well, I do have things next to the tower in advance, so maybe internal, another 2 sets of lines in between the towers. I had a lot of late chaff. I think it was too much late chaff. I needed these two to be shifted up where I was indicating, either somewhere in this area or somewhere in this area. Alternatively, take these two chaff and stick them in the corner, closer to the corners here, to provide a better flank defense. I was surprised considering how little money I got at the beginning, I was surprised how much money I ended up having to burn in a few rounds, or float in one of the rounds. Anyway, I think if I were redeploying, I would probably move this Rhino over. I would also, I think, move the Vulcan back, as I mentioned. Move this Mustang back a little bit. Eventually move these Fangs slightly back. I only need them to be just a little bit in front of the melting point. And they get in front of the melting point by default. The melting point has longer range, and we'll lock onto the sledgehammers pretty early on, and then the Fangs will move up. Next possible redeploys, maybe one of the Scorpions in the green square corner for a passive flank. It would probably be more important to put it on the right side than the left side. The left side has underground units, which makes it kind of bad. What I'm missing from this board is some kind of counterflank. I would want some units in this area that I could use my mobile beacon on to run into the left or right side. I think probably the left side, or both if I pick up another beacon. I still hadn't used the Rhino boom trick. I think I could have used it this round to blow up the boss here. This boss is particularly vulnerable to dropping a Rhino in the center. Sometimes I've used it. I could get rid of this rank 8. Or drop it in the center here and get rid of. I think I can get rid of 5 of them. It wouldn't blow up the rank 8, but it would get rid of most of the chaff production, which is probably better. I have enough damage to get rid of the marksmen themselves. Anyway, I think this game turned out pretty well, so I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.